At Burt Brothers, this month, roll into big tire deals from Firestone and Goodyear to Laufin and Hankook. Plus, we've got Valvoline specials to keep your engine running smoothly. And we'll check your alignment, brakes, battery, and even that pesky check engine light for free. So don't wait. Drive into Burt Brothers today. Burt Brothers, where auto care is done better.
Burt Brothers does it better.
Every possibility begins with a spark, and possibility can grow into something even better than expected. With a clear view of what matters most, your possibilities are endless. From our first flicker at the University of Utah, we've grown to meet our potential and ignite your possibilities. We've grown into Canyon View Credit Union. Same roots, new path. Welcome to Canyon View Credit Union. Imagine the possibilities at canyonviewcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Right, that's also the thing is, did you want the engagement party?
Or did he?
Or did he, right? Was this the thing that you both wanted, or did you have to have an engagement party? Because we have it set up to where if I want something, I'm the one planning it, structuring it, getting everything together. If you want something, or you want to plan an event, that's all on you.
Yeah.
If you ask me for help, I will help you to an extent. I'm not going to compile a 200 guest list and write handwritten letters to everybody. That's a you thing. Well, if you want to do that.
Right, but she said that her and his mom planned out their engagement party, and she chose not to invite any of her friends.
Right.
Because they did it at his birthday. If it was an engagement party, it should have been both friends.
Right.
This falls into the category that men don't give a shit about weddings the way women do.
Right.
We don't. You guys dream about that shit from the time that you're little kids. When you're playing fairy princess, you're dreaming about your marriage and like your Prince Charming and how that's going to play out as you get older.
Right.
We don't care about that at all. Most men. I can't speak for all. There are some men out there who genuinely care, but for the most part, we don't. You ask any man on the planet, he would be happy to elope. You can go to the wedding, the courthouse, sign the documents. The fact that you are my wife is what matters to me. The ceremony, walking down the aisle to me, having a dance, that's cool, but like, we're not fantasizing over that.
Right.
We're not. You take my last name, show that you're mine, I'm yours, we are one flesh, let's go. That's it. I don't even need a ceremony. I just sign on the dotted line. Take my last name, let's go. Let's build a life.
Yeah.
Most men feel that way.
Right.
At least the ones that I've talked to.
So when it comes to picking out the ring,
Same thing.
well, he didn't ask you to marry him. He just said he had to put a ring on it before you leave.
So was she threatening to leave? Like, hey, if we're not going to get married, I'm not going to stay with you?
Right.
Because that's entrapment.
So,
Or a form of trapping him, I should say.
like, when you proposed to me, it was totally out of left field. I had no idea.
Right.
Because we both had conversations, because we've both been divorced. It's a nasty affair. We both went into this relationship with the statement of, I don't want to get married again. And we were both fine with that. When you proposed to me, like, my soul left my body, and I was just sitting there looking. I thought you were joking with me.
We should talk about that on Patreon.
Okay. I thought you were joking. So, a man who truly wants to get married is going to surprise you with it.
Right.
He's not going to say things like, I have to put a ring on it before you leave me. That's not a man who truly wants to get married.
I agree.
You
I
know,
agree.
Before you proposed to me, we had a conversation like 2 or 3 weeks prior of, have you ever thought about getting married to me? And I was like, yeah, I've thought about it. And then, like, it was more of, like, because I was caught off guard by the conversation.
Well, that conversation consisted of two questions.
Right.
Have you ever thought about it? And if we did, would you take my last name?
And I answered quick.
Right. Yes and yes.
Yeah. The first one, when you asked me of, have you thought about us getting married, I was caught off guard, and I was like, I was almost embarrassed to admit it because we both agreed we didn't want to get married. And I was like, yeah. And then you asked me, would you take my last name? And without skipping, I was like, yes, I would. I have thought about my name with your name on it hundreds of times before you asked me. And that was the end of the conversation.
That's the important thing to us, to me.
Right.
And most men, when I talk to them, that's they say the same thing. If I get married, I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to have my last name, and I want to be the head of the household.
Right. That was the end of our conversation. We never talked about it again. And then you proposed to me totally out of left field. You planned it. You picked out my ring. You did everything. A man who wants to get married to a woman that he loves and wants to commit to and he's happy to, he's going to do everything that you want him to.
Right.
So in saying that, I need to put a ring on it before you leave me, it does sound like he was kind of backed into a corner a little bit. Like maybe you've brought it up a couple too many times and you're pushing it too much and he was like, okay, well, I guess this is what we're doing because she's not going to shut up about it.
Right. I'm gonna just kind of compare this real quick because I just had like a flash of a thought in my head and I have to get it out now.
Okay.
If your man wants a new car or a new computer part or a new Xbox, a new firearm, whatever it is that he wants that his new shiny is, I guarantee you he's researched it. He's spent time on YouTube finding out the specs, getting the details. He's gone to the gun store to figure out what it feels like in his hand. He's gone to friends' houses and played the Xbox, whatever. He's had conversations with his nerds trying to figure out, the best of everything.
Yeah.
He has done the work.
For days.
For days.
This isn't like a 30-minute research. He's been looking at this for days, weeks
Right.
even.
So if you've got that man that does that, and he doesn't do it for the things like your engagement or your wedding, he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
If we want something, we are doing the work.
And that doesn't mean he's not going to want it. in that moment, right then and there, he just doesn't want it.
Right.
He's not ready for
It's
it.
not important to him at that time.
If he knows that you want to get married to him, that has to be a one-time conversation. Just say, I would like to be married to you. I want to be your wife. Having your last name means the world to me. And then that's it. He knows. So when he's ready to take that step with you, he'll plan it all out.
Yep.
But if you continue pushing it and nagging about it, once a week you're bringing it up and it starts to become aggressive, he's going to want it less.
Yeah, of
And he's
course.
going to feel obligated to do it. He's going to feel nagged into doing it.
Why would I want to marry somebody who treats me like this?
Right.
Just constantly nagging. We're not even married, and she's already treating me.
To clarify, with my first marriage, I paid for my rings.
Palette.
I paid for everything. I paid for his ring.
Inside, and I'm using
Yeah. All the red
Stone
flags.
Mother.
And I went with it because I was in love.
No, you went through with it because you had lessons to learn.
Don't come
Yeah,
at me.
you're right.
That
I
was
did.
God preparing you for me.
He did a really
about
good job.
that?
He did a really good job. Like, this is a walk in the park compared to all of
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah. And it's so easy with you.
You had to see it really bad so you could appreciate what you got.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not going to say that. That's going to hurt feelings. If my ex hears this,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Next.
I was going to say it to be funny, but then I realized it could hurt a feeling, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Him and we're on a good page.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Things have evolved quickly over the last 6 months.
and I'm excited about it. Like, the life that all four of us are going to have with these kids is going to be super dope.
Yep. And that's the name of the game when you have an ex. Co-parenting is everything.
Yeah. I would say we're getting to the point of being friends again.
Yeah.
And like, it's a nice feeling because he's a good dude. Just not a good dude for me.
That's it.
To be in a relationship
That's it.
with.
Yep.
So he wasn't picking out the ring. Also, if you're sending screenshots of what you want, he really doesn't have to put much thought into it. You're
Right.
telling him what you want.
Guys, look.
If you
I'm doing
wanted him
one.
to surprise you,